technical engine so well, and the framework so well. You probably also noticed some pretty cool graphics effects. We have what's called character motion blur. So as an enemy actually animates, they'll actually blur up a little bit, which is just nice, adds a bit of subtle realism to them. And so do the hands, they blur up a little bit. Maybe I can show you a little better with the other weapons. You can go ahead and steal this guy's gun. Steal his weapon. And you see like the little pieces on that gun, when they move, they actually blur up. Which is a nice subtle effect, but really adds a lot. And the objects actually do this as well. If they move, they actually blur in the direction of their motion, which is, something that obviously happens in film, in real film, and games have tried to do. And every gun has kind of an alternate fire that can be achieved by charging it up. I'll show you another gun's, can I give myself a rocket launcher using that? All these artworks have changed, of course, kind of improving the visuals, should I say, but a lot of functionality in these things. So that's actually a homing missile. And let me show you a little bit about what our enemies do to support those physics. Our enemies, one of the cool things is they actually, right now we don't have them in a wander state. Normally if we spawn them in, they didn't know where you were, we put them into a state where they kind of explore the area. But our enemies actually are reactive to both sight and sound. So they don't actually hear gunshots. We turn that off specifically for this demo. They hear gun impacts, as I wanted to show you this. So here's a guy, and here's a gun impact over there. He's going to go investigate, but he can also hear footsteps. So now I'm walking up behind him, and he's like, he heard my footsteps and has now discovered me. He can lose me again if I hide for a while, and he'll actually try and go to my last known location. So I'm actually going to do, unfortunately they move really slowly. One of the things that I'm sure Paul's more recent troopers will do is I'm going to carry him over to our war. Alright, I'm going to go hide from him behind here. I'm pretty sure the whole...
it's a whole animation.
I don't think the whole sound actually turns on. I think the problem is this piece didn't have actually a block involved, a pathfinder going on it. I think we should have made it probably a little bit smaller because he couldn't actually push that out of the way. Either that or, yeah, well, he eventually found me by navigating around the boxes. One of the things that our AI system supports is actual navigation around dynamic objects. That was really important because, of course, we can have the whole world potentially break into dynamic objects. I'm going to go kill this guy because he's genuinely
Jeremy, are you looking at possibly AI middleware, or are you definitely...
We use Kinect, actually, which is the best AI middleware, and supported that dynamic navigation around obstacles that we needed. It also supports really good optimizations, such as time slicing, which actually allows the AI to only take a certain amount of time per frame, so the AI will never slow the game down, basically. I want to show you a few other things we've added in addition to our sight and sound system. We added basically a cover system where guys can understand if there are places they can hide. And then they'll pop out and shoot me, and if I look at them, they'll only give me a second to shoot them before they go back and hide. And what's cool about this system is that it also supports dynamically destructible cover, as it would obviously need to in a game like this. So if I destroy his cover, he will break out of that cover state and not be in cover anymore. Unfortunately, he actually has a bug right now that he forgets about me when he breaks out of his cover state. But if that was fixed, it'd be really cool. Like, it might happen. I mean, boys happen. And sometimes he'll shoot his own cover, which is kind of cool. But yeah, the cover system is pretty cool, and we support both, like, side pop-out cover. It's really easy for the map designers to set up. They just have to place cover nodes that automatically find nearby cover points. And we also support second cover, which is kind of using the option right now. actually going to want to use it right now. So, he got him a few shots there when he probably shouldn't have, but if I look at him, he'll actually go back and duck. And if this cover is probably easier to see how to break it, he will exit the cover stage. It's really fast. Okay, so now he's kind of, I took out one of his covers and he's probably going to go to the other one. Again, a little bit slowly. I actually think he's in the evasion stage. Lloyd should probably make it so that he can evade and... Yeah, but what Lloyd has it right now is that he only evades if you're looking at it. He should probably evade into cover if you're looking at it. But again, by destroying this cover, I can actually get him out.
Jeremy, is there a reason why you want them so slow?
Oh no, he should be fast as hell. It's dumb. It's an old dumb trooper. This guy should move quickly. I mean, not a guy who moves that
slowly.
Slowly.
Like spin moves and
sure.
crouches.
I want to add in like the more advanced AI tactics once we've gotten base AI flawless. But just in terms of speed, we obviously want to increase that. But will the guy have a bunch of different kind of avoidance moves? Duck, you know, kind of quick turnarounds, jump out of the way of different things, of course. Those are all advanced AI moves that will come built on top of the system. I'll actually show you a little bit about what our AI system is, why it's pretty cool and allows us to add a lot of advanced tactics without making it too complex. And another cool thing, of course, is we cleaned up how the game handles like projectiles and whatnot. Like spawning a tank here. Fortunately, the tank doesn't move right now because someone broke that recently. But the tank obviously shoots tank shots at me. One of the cool things is we made it really easy to grab those out of the air and put them back in the tank. You can also impulse them back actually. So if you time the impulse correctly, and you can be a little bit off the impulse and it'll go directly back. Not too off, but a little bit. Just enough to keep it off. You have a choice of grabbing the projectile or impulsing it off. And of course, you can always yank the top of the tank off, which actually exposes its weak point. And I can then go So we want to make sure that all the big enemies in this game still have some kind of quick way to take them out. Of course, I should actually show you, you can still really honking huge objects that way. So we have all sorts of different enemies, hovering enemies, big honking tank enemies. But I'll show you, for example, shield versus tank always. The handles fall off, but huge object like this, not so much. So it's all realistically calculated based on the size of the object, how much force it does on impact, and that's correlated to damage for every enemy in the game. Right now where you impulse guys in slow motion. I think they need to actually scale up the impulse in slow motion because it doesn't scale properly with the slow motion.
Oh, yeah, it should.
Boy, guys do a lot of damage to stuff when they hit them. Probably adjust that as well. So it's an untweaked game right now, of course, but fantastic core technology, core implementation that is going to support some really incredible boss fights, scripted sequences, and completely destructible environments as we push this forward. And again, we built the lighting system to support arbitrary number of lights, arbitrary number of shadows, so it can be really, really fast for a And let me show you a kind of scale that we're going towards when we really get this thing going. Because this game really should be the God of War of first-person shooters. That's what we're aiming for. And what God of War was known for was some really impressive boss fights and major enemy encounters. And FPSs have traditionally sucked at that because all you can do is shoot your gun at something. And shooting your gun at things is great, but it's never really enough to provide a detailed method of interaction with a major enemy. And this guy is what we consider to be a major enemy. Of course, he doesn't really pay too much mind to structure the environment. He just kind of cares through. Boy, actually, maybe that could have a better song. But guy's got weak points too, like everything else. So what you do is you rip off his armor, you do his weak points, then you rip off his helmet, and that's his special. See if I can really show you. You'll even try and actually step on it. Very much a work in progress enemy right now. Let's see if I can toss his shield. Slowly. Dash out of the way at the last possible moment. That's why I didn't update that. You really see some of the skeletal mesh motion where we're working on this game. So what I have to do now is expose his belly another time. His head another time. So you can actually shoot off his arm, which is a nice thing. There we go. So the key is having an indestructible environment with this guy rampaging through it. That's what separates Reich from every other game. Its scale, its sense of kind of sci fantasy, and of course its really awesome game mechanic construction. Then he transitions into another enemy that pops out from inside of him. So it's going to be a pretty incredible game. We still have a lot of work to do on it, but we have our fundamentals. We have our technology all built for the consoles, oriented towards console release, completely scalable, and we've got our design completed. And now with Paul and Jesse, we have incredible art direction. That's going to come through in some of the stuff you're going to see at E3. So I guess that's about it for my little presentation.
Jeremy,